It is now official that the United States of America is deploying additional 200 troops to Nigeria to assist the Nigerian military in combat operation training and intelligence gathering in the fight against insurgency, which is crippling and bringing Nigeria on its knees. Nigeria is on its knees as terrorism and insurgency, banditry, insecurity has taken over. They have taken over the economy, and the country is actually feeling the impact. Now, earlier in December, the U.S. government said they are going to deploy troops to Nigeria, and we had a lot of Nigerians, those in the light of Sheikh Gumi, Asari Tokumbo, came out and said the U.S. should not dare deploy troops to Nigeria. That Nigeria is not Afghanistan. That Nigeria is not Venezuela. Is not Iraq. That Nigeria is not Cambodia, and that Nigeria will not accept the deployment of U.S. troops on their soil. That anywhere that the U.S. troop goes, they cause anarchy and disorder, and they further plunge the country into more chaos than it was before their arrival. I watched several Northerners in Nigeria protested and said, Ya Hilala, Alhamdulillah, US soldier will like to lie, I no go call him, I no go receive him for Nigeria. They said all sorts of things, that they will not accept any deployment of US troops to Nigeria, that it will be met with fierce fighting. And they even threatened the U.S. troops that they should know that they are well prepared to counter the U.S. troops. Now, I said it that same December that all these things that these Nigerians are saying is noise, because the day Trump decides and sign an order deployment of U.S. troops, nothing will happen. Even Nigerian government will bow, because first, a government that has issues, trust issues, election issues, a government that is unable to rule its own people, a government that many have seen corrupt, that has a lot of skeleton in their cupboard, they will quickly give in, except a government that has integrity that can stand its ground. But a government like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, my man, anything can go, anything can go in. So finally, as I'm talking to you, 11 February, U.S. troops additional, 200 additional. Remember in December, America gave a Christmas package to terrorists, because when America was talking about striking terrorists, we also had all kind of noise. Oh, America should not dare. America cannot. Oh, Nigeria is different. Blah, blah, blah. We just got to one night and we heard that there was Kaboom Kalash. Now, U.S. troops are in Nigeria. Where are those people who are saying that? Now, I've heard some people are saying that, oh, the U.S. is coming because of oil in Nigeria, because they want to take their natural resources, blah, blah, blah. When you are the natural resources, you cannot secure it. You have the natural resources, you cannot secure your people. Your people are being killed, are dying every day. People are dying. And you are claiming about natural resources. My man, watch this video.
A top story this hour coming in from Nigeria. The US military officials have confirmed that it plans to deploy 200 American troops to Nigeria to train the country's armed forces in counter-terror operations. Well, the troops will be stationed across the country in the coming weeks and will focus on providing technical guidance than engaging in direct combat. US Africa Command even says that the mission aims to support Nigerian efforts to combat Boko Haram and the Islamic State in West Africa province. This also comes weeks after President Donald Trump had ordered airstrikes against what he called ISIS targets. Just last week, the US military even said that it sent a small team of troops to Nigeria without specifying a number. This also marked the first acknowledgement of US forces on ground since Washington's strikes last Christmas. Also, attacks by armed men killed at least 21 people in northern Katsina state on 3rd of February. This came after a deal between Doma town leaders and local gunmen last September fell through. Officials from around 15 districts in other northern states such as Kaduna, Sokoto and Zamfara reportedly entered into similar negotiations with armed groups after growing frustration by years of violence and what they describe as failed efforts by the central government as well as the military to restore law and order in the region.
You cannot have a peace deal if the criminal is still in possession of the weapons that he can use to kill people. So it's a mistake in the first place to enter into such peace deals without disarmament and demobilization, and then to go ahead to release their members in that circumstance is even a greater mistake.
And getting us more details on the U.S. deployment of its troops in Nigeria is our correspondent Louisa Olani, who has sent us this report from Lagos.
Building on a small U.S. advisory team already in the country, the U.S. is deploying 200 troops to Nigeria in the coming weeks to train its military against Islamist militants. They will provide training, technical guidance, and help coordinate air-ground operations across various locations, but no combat involvement. This follows Nigeria's government request, as confirmed by the Nigerian Armed Forces spokesman, Major General Smaila Uba. And
vous êtes le futur de notre société. Vous êtes les leaders de demain. Vous êtes les innovateurs de la prochaine génération. Nous sommes là pour vous aider à réaliser vos rêves et atteindre vos objectifs. Bacheliers, devenez les architectes de votre avenir avec l'Institut universitaire du Golfe de Guinée de Douala.
Since 1993, the University Institute of the Gulf of Guinea, it is 3 higher schools, ESG, ISTA, ISA,